Necessity may warrant you to ask what you can run on a 2000-watt generator. Perhaps you want to buy a 2000-watt generator. Or you already have one and you cannot quite make out what you could do with a generator of that capacity. The answer is that you can do quite a lot with a generator of that size. The right question would be where you would wish to put the generator to work. The ideal process for using a generator is the reverse of the case. One should first consider what he wants to run on a generator before buying it. This gives you the necessary information you need. That will help you determine the right size of the generator you need. Other things to put into perspective include economic impact, the noise and environmental pollution associated with the use of generators. The first thing is to look at how to choose a generator size. How to determine the right size of generator you need. Sizing a generator has to do with determining the actual capacity of the generator that suits one's needs. Before buying a generator, you should first determine where you want to use it. You also need to know what purpose it is meant to serve. Let us begin with the purpose it serves. You may need your generator for an outdoor event like camping, or for other related gatherings. Perhaps you need it to run a house or facility that is in an off-grid location. For such reasons, your generator is your sole source of power for that activity. Under such circumstances, you have to calculate all the gadgets you need to run for the event. On the other hand, you may need it as a standby source of power. For that reason, you may not be using it so often. Another possible implication is that you may not need it to power all your appliances or instruments. That will guide you in considering the load you will place on it. You have to wisely select just essential appliances or gadgets. The ones that would be of necessity to be powered when the service line goes off. Such appliances differ in many ways. They are whether you wish to run the genset in your house, in your office or business center, or even in industry. Whatever the case may be, you may not need to run all your devices at the same time. All these factors help in calculating the total power you will need in watts. You should make a list of devices and appliances you want to run on the generator. After that, you can then ascertain the power rating of such devices and add them up. Whatever total you arrive at is the capacity of the genset you should get. You should remember that certain devices have different running and starting power. Therefore, you should treat them accordingly. What can you run on a 2000-watt generator? Let us address this issue more directly. There are several appliances or a combination of devices that can be run by a 2000-watt generator. A 2000-watt generator should conveniently power your camping site. Although that depends on the power rating of the appliances in use there. It can also run an entire recreational vehicle. Even some homes can be run by such a generator given the right usage. However, you cannot just blindly load your 2000-watt generator with loads. You need to properly consider the load that is mounted on the system. You mustn't a generator with a load that exceeds its running wattage. It is not a safe practice to have a genset run on its peak capacity for long. Such excessive loads wear out the genset and aggressively reduces its lifespan. One of the ways that you can use to maintain your generator is by monitoring its load. You should not load it with many devices beyond or even equal to its running capacity. A margin of safety should always be given if you at all wish to enjoy your generator. Before you use a device on your 2000-watt generator, always make sure that you know its power rating. As far as the power rating of the appliance or collection of appliances is less than 2000 in watts, then it is safe. Most devices have their power consumption written on them. There are always some exceptions where it is not provided. In such a case, you may have to do some calculations. The calculation will be based on what is given on the device. It is simple to do. Moreover, you do not need to be a math pro to get the right result. If the power rating is not provided, then its current consumption is always provided. In such a case, the current intake is given in amperes, amps, or even milliamperes, milliamps. Whatever the case may be, it is just an issue of conversion from such a unit to the standard unit. The standard voltage for all service line and even generators in most countries are the same. But the United States has a different voltage. It is mostly 220 volts in other countries while it is 120 volts in the US. Equipped with these two parameters, you can calculate the power requirement of your devices. The calculation is done using the equation given below with their parameters defined too. P equals IV, where I is the current in amperes and V the voltage in volts, and P the power consumed by such a device in watt. From the result of the calculation, you can pick out the higher running appliances. The chosen appliance or appliances should be less than 2000 watts. Choose the ones that do not have a surge power. Some of the appliances are the electric stove or hot plates, deep freezers, water pumps, light bulbs, water heaters, and so on. There are also some other electrical tools such as miter saw, circular saws, and some other tools. However, sump pumps, refrigerators, electric drills, and air compressors experience very high surge powers. Recreational vehicles and cabin homes also have some gadgets and household appliances you could run with your 2000-watt generator. You can run a 500-watt freezer alongside some of the lights. Especially if you are using the low-energy consuming bulbs that require just about 15 watt. If you are using about 5 to 10 bulbs, which is definitely on the high side, you will still have about 1300 watt of power to spare. So, you could still run your slow cooker which requires about 300 watt. Or even a microwave which requires 650 watt. Either way, you would still have 650 to 1000 watt free. If you wish to run your house with this generator, it could still power your sump pump which has a starting wattage of about 1200. While it is running at that peak power, it can power the lightings in your house alongside a microwave or even a slow cooker. When the sump pump settles into its running power of 800 watt, you could even add your well pump to the load. A 2000 watt generator could run several appliances. That is if you adequately understand how to manage the appliances. They includes those that have surge power and those that do not. Sadly, you may not be able to run a conventional water heater with this generator. There is a fundamental skill you need in using generators. And that skill is the basic understanding of energy budgeting, energy management, and energy auditing. Effectively running a 2000 watt generator and achieving a result with it is easy. Just make sure you do not overburden it. Overburdening your generator is the easiest way of killing it. Therefore, you need to understand how devices work. You also need to understand their power requirement, and how to manage and allocate available power to such devices. Some appliances you can safely run with other appliances with a 2000 watt generator are: 1. Computer, 150 W. 2. Ceiling fan, 150 W. 3. A stereo, 300 W. 4. 600 W. Freezer. 5. A washing machine, 500 W. 6. A microwave, 1000 W. 7. Portable heater, 1200 W. 8. Bread toaster, 1200 W, and so on. If you've enjoyed this video, click the subscribe button below and hit the notification bell so you'll know once we post a new video. Also, drop a comment below so we can know your thoughts. Finally, don't forget to check the description below for more details and visit our site, www.zimgenerators.com, for more awesome generator content like this.